Now, I want to prove that it is the end because turn to Matthew 24. How many of you understand Matthew 24 and Mark 13 are talking about the same event? Okay, so Matthew 24, let's get to the context. Why is Jesus even talking about this in Mark 13? Why is he pointing them to Daniel the prophet? Why is he telling them there's going to be this man who defiles everything, sets himself up as God, and sits where he ought not, and he says, when that happens, run. Time's out. It's going to be bad, unlike any other time, unparalleled. Look at Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of what? Thy coming, and when? Then you know what he starts to describe? Exactly what you read in Mark 13. Daniel the prophet talked about this. What? My coming and the end of the world. It's interesting. You take Matthew 24, you take Mark 13, you take Luke, and you take those three Gospels and you look at the order of events that Jesus says is going to happen. This is what I did. This is how it opened up for me. I wrote down the events that Jesus said would happen at the end of the world. And I took it from Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Everybody understand John doesn't have it? Does anybody know why John doesn't have it? Because he wrote the entire book of Revelation. So you say, oh, okay, well, let's see what John says about it. You know what God shows the apostle, what God shows John? You take your ink pen out, and John actually makes it easy. They actually number them. Seal 1, seal 2, seal 3, seal 4, seal 5. And I'm telling you, surprise, 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 they all match. We didn't get that from Daniel 9. We didn't get that from Daniel 11. We got that from connecting Matthew, Mark, Luke, and then the book of Revelation. And then with that light bulb on, you go back to Daniel and you're like, that's what makes sense. That's what he's talking about. That once that light bulb comes on, those words start connecting. Those passages start connecting. This man who's going to exalt himself, when does he come? After 1,260 days. When does he set himself up? In the midst of the week. And when he does that, how long will he be there? 40 and 2 months. It's like, wow, isn't this crazy how God's timeline works perfectly?